So there's a problem with cloud accounting. First problem is that it creates a lot of capacity, and that would not seem to be a problem to start with. But unless you refill the capacity that's generated by being more efficient, then really what happens, as we've seen in New Zealand specifically, that profit per partner declines. What we do is actually help fill that capacity with business advisory services.
I think accountants are starting to wake up to it. Everybody's talking about this. Everyone used to talk about the cloud. Now people are saying, actually, if I don't get involved in the technology, then where's my business going to be? Let's face it, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, how many of these businesses were actually around? Not that many. So it's relatively new. We're still in the early adopter stage for some of these add-ons, for some of the technology. But more and more accountants are open to it now. More and more accountants are looking to advise their clients. And of course you've got the other side as well, which is really important, is the efficiencies that the add-ons can actually bring. By using a lot of the add-ons like Receipt Bank, for example, you've got major efficiencies in terms of bookkeeping, so therefore that helps you to keep your costs at a competitive level.
The impetus of what we do has been around a long time. Accounting firms want to get involved and help their clients properly with business advisory services. But it's been very difficult to do so. You know, the technology's been difficult. So with cloud accounting in the small business market grown in an exponential rate of knots, it's like, well, what do you do with the data now? What do we actually do with all that data that's in the internet? So it's growing because now we can unlock that data and manipulate that data and show the accountant actually how to help their client properly. So it's actually driven not by the will to want to do business advisory, that's always been there. It's by the technology enables it to do so now.
I remember being exposed to a publication back in 2002 by the ICAW, which was called The Profitable and Sustainable Firm. And in that article, it referenced firms of the future deriving 60 to 70% of their fee income from added value or type 2 services. And that's always something that's stuck in my mind. It's always been something that's very prevalent with our CEO, Richard Francis. And I think one of the things that has been lacking is the technology to allow firms to really derive efficiency savings and focus on that. And we've seen the rise of cloud accounting and tools such as Xero and others that have really driven efficiencies. And what we talk about with partners is this has to be part of an end-to-end solution that accountants offer their clients. It's all about data capture. If you can speed up data capture, push that into the accounting platform that allows the accountant to drive the processing of that much more efficiently than ever before, analytics should be the final piece of that. Now, whether that's something that's just a simple piece of dashboard information, a forecast, a budget, or a much more in-depth management report, it just ties all of that together. It's a bit of a journey that the client's data goes on. And I think practices are starting to realize that these are the types of services that clients actually want. There's a lot of people that talk about compliance being dead, but there's a lot of practices that have really developed a good business model on providing compliance-based services. We think compliance is important. It just doesn't change lives. It's not the stuff that clients value. But what we see as a direct result of that is if practices are providing great compliance services, it gives them a much better platform to upsell into the advisory space.
Well, I think the challenge is you need to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. So buying lots of smart, shiny toys without really understanding how they operate, how you're going to implement them with clients, and the benefits you can add to clients going forward, really important. I think there can be a tremendous help. There can also be a tremendous barrier because you think you're buying all the solution, and the solution is much earlier on in your thought processes about the vision, the style of practice you want to create, the range of products and services you want to deliver. Yes, and then those tools will really help. But having 10 or 15 shiny toys in the toolbox and not really understanding how you're going to use them and not having a clear vision of where the practice is going, I think is much more important.